Now we can't talk about simplifying radicals without introducing the homeboy Pythagoras. Pythagoras is up in the house, and Pythagorean Theorem was an awesome proof that any right triangle always has this pattern. So awesome, it's super cool. So this is what it is. It's if you have a right triangle, meaning that you have a right angle in there, leg squared plus leg squared equals hypotenuse squared. Okay, and the legs of the triangle are always touching the 90-degree angle. So this leg or this side is touching the 90 degrees, and this side is touching the 90 degrees. So that's why it's a squared plus b squared. So basically, the a and the b you can replace as leg plus leg squared. So that's why that's the way that I like to write it. So you're not just, it's not a, b, and c, but it's specifically it's a leg squared plus leg squared equals hypotenuse squared. And the hypotenuse is always the side opposite of the 90-degree angle. Okay, so watch. This is gonna be pretty simple here. Nothing too crazy at all. So again, this is the 14 is a leg, the 8 is a leg, and the x is a leg. Or I'm sorry, is a hypotenuse. So we can do leg squared plus leg squared equals hypotenuse squared. And now we're just solving for x. And we just use our awesomely cool algebra skills. 14 squared is 196. 8 squared is 64 equals x squared. So 196 and 64 gives us a 260 equals x squared. And then if I want to solve for x, I need to get rid of my square. So that means I'm going to take the square root of both sides. So x equals square root of 260. Okay, but we always want to, since now we've been simplifying radicals for this whole section, we need to apply those skills. So let's see, what is the biggest squared number, perfect square number that goes into 260? Little tricky right here. I believe it's just going to give us 4, right? Oops, the thing kind of messed up there. Sorry. I think it's going to be 4. Square root of 4 times square root of 65 equals x. And square root of 4 is 2. Radical 65 equals x. And I know that this is the most simplified radical because no other perfect square number goes into 65. And that should always be the case when you simplify radicals, all right, is that your radical should not have a perfect square in there, meaning 4 should not be able to go into 65. 9 should not, or 16, or 25, or 36. None of those should be able to divide into it, okay? All right, let's go to this other triangle here. Just one more example. Little short little dude. So let's see, leg squared plus leg squared, okay, so we don't know that leg, equals hypotenuse squared. Solve for x. So 4 times 4 is 16 plus x squared equals 36. Subtract 16 from both sides. All right, cool beans. So those guys are gone. Wata. So x squared equals 20. I want to get rid of the square, so I do the opposite of squaring, which is the square roots. All right, so x equals the square root of 20. So let's think here. What's the biggest squared number that goes into 20? I believe it's quattro. So x equals square root of 4 times square root of 5. And the square root of 4 is 2. And that's just square root of 5. And that should be it for that example.